first of all, I made this venison summer roll, and I made a marinade which is out of hoisin, plum wine, ginger, garlic, some chili, and it's just a nice, and sesame oil. It's a nice fragrant sort of a marinade. I marinated the meat for 20 minutes only to give it a flavour profile for this dish, because it's what it requires, you know. So this is sort of like a, really like a Vietnamese summer roll. So this is they. So we take the rice paper, which are the, you know, you soak them briefly, and we have the vegetables here.
Do you need a paper? Are you gonna...
No, I'm not going to do one because we've used the meat for these, unfortunately. So they're the vegetables that go inside with coriander or cilantro leaf and fresh mint. Now this is just marinated in a nam prick dressing, which is this really feisty green chili dressing here, and I'll put a little bit on a plate. Well, you're going to taste it anyway, so, but it's feisty, and it's supposed to be, because it just gives the meat a little lift. So you just roll them up in the rice paper and then into the sauce, and we're just going to cut these like sushi, so you can, rather than have them served as a one piece. So we just cut them like this. So the meat is barbecued, cooked nice and rare, some lying down maybe, especially those that won't stand up. So just make a nice little display of that. And these are delicious. They're the meat is just quickly barbecued, so it's still pink. It's a nice, light, summery preparation. And what we're really trying to do with venison is to take it out of the dark ages and get people to start eating it in the spring and the summer, because it's the most wonderfully nutritious meat that you can possibly use. It's beautiful. It's not strong. Put some spoons, chef. There we are. Spoon, yeah. So this is the nam prick. So you really got to dip your little spring roll in this stuff. It's feisty and hot, but you need a little bit on it, because it just sets it off beautifully. You could use a hoisin sauce also for this, like a good one. I like a fruit one, is quite nice. And then we'll just sprinkle that with a little bit of green scallions. Toasted sesame seeds are already on it, so there we go. Sauteed shiitake, cilantro stems, or the roots, but the washed roots, scallion bottoms, a little bit of fresh chili, and cooked it in sesame oil, added a hoisin sauce and some oyster sauce to it, and then bound the chopped meat into that with the finely sliced scallions, the green scallion tops, and that just, you know, fold them up, and these are beautiful.
You brown all around?
No, I just do them on the bottom, chef.
Just on the bottom?
Just put them in the pan.
Lid on?
Yep, lid on.
They're all
Yeah.
there.
Oh, they're done, okay. So we're just going to brown their bottoms. You've got to do that to get the caramelisation. And then put some water in there, chef.
A little drop.
Yeah, we're going about half a cup. So they're seared and steamed. And alternatively, you could make samosa with these. You could, you know, do lots of little things, little Indian dishes with them as well. So we're going to get their bottoms quite toasty brown. We need to put some water under there now, chef, because I'll be getting burnt. Yep. Yep. No, put quite a bit in. Good. Yep. Put the top on. these are delicious. So get the bottoms really brown, they get a good colour in them first, it gives them a terrific flavour. And then we'll just serve these with a little ponzu. We're just using a proprietary brand, one of yours, which is perfect for this. The Asians use a little black vinegar, the Chinese black vinegar, and a little soy together as a dipping sauce. So, a little ponzu sauce, just a drizzle over the top. We'll put a little roasted peanut with them, a little roasted sesame seed, and some green scallion, and the job is done. Okay. Come and try those, folks. Okay, the next one we're going to do is a little kebabs. These are done with the Korean barbecue marinade, you know, the red chili paste, the Korean one. With a few other ingredients, but the recipe's on the website somewhere, I think. And we just barbecued those, marinate them. We're going to barbecue those very, very quickly and serve them with a cucumber and miso salad. Miso dressing, beautiful, nice and nutty. Okay, so just a little bit of this cucumber salad is really nice with the, it's cooling with the hot fieriness of the kebab. It's a little feisty. And the miso dressing is just beautiful. It's nice and nutty. A little bit of citrus flavour in there as well. You could use yuzu lime paste in there as well if you wanted to, but I just use lime juice and a bit of zest of the lime, and that's enough. You could do these any style of cuisine you wanted to. You don't have to do it Asian style. It's just that we had this from yesterday, so it all made sense. So there we go. Try those. They are yummy. Medallions and the leg fillets, we're just going to pop those in the oven about 170. Give them a brief heat through. That one over there, Chef. Good. These are ones we've done with some wild boar ham on the outside. We're just going to rub a little pesto on them, and again a little bit of oil just to season them. We'll sear them, cover them with a little bit of pesto, put them in the oven. It's a great way of serving the medallions from the leg. Now you serve that in a restaurant, people would think they're eating fillet, so it just looks pretty cool. We need more. So all these recipes are really light and summery. We don't promote it as being a heavy wintry meat any longer, although it's perfect in that season. But chefs are pretty much comfortable with that anyway, so there's no point in promoting it in that style, really. So the important thing is now just to let them rest a little bit, to let them come back a bit as they've been sitting, and we could put a little pesto on them, but I think, you know, we've got really quite enough going on there. But these are nice and rare, and they just need to sit down, just let the heat come back through the middle, and let the heat, the middle juices transfer out to the outside, and you get a nice even rosé cooking. If you hurry this stuff, it's no good. It's a leg meat, it's a muscle meat, it will contract up, so you've got to let it sit and rest. Just above the stove or somewhere like that is the ideal place to do it. It maintains its heat. And people say, well, but if it gets a little cool, what am I going to do with it? I said, we just flash it in the oven for another minute or so and bring the outside temperature just up quickly, and it's ready to go. You know, it doesn't have to be treated any differently than that. It's a good idea with any protein, as you know. So Little walnut salsa. Take the lid. Little balsamic syrup just to give it some acid. Like a little garden, it is. It is. But the meat just goes so well with these summer flavours, you know, the Mediterranean flavours. Anything light and fresh is ideal. I mean, I love it with mushrooms and pfefferlinger and truffle and all that too, but, you know, it's ideal. And there's plenty of recipes around like that. So just let that warm through a little and then we'll serve that up. People say, how long do you rest them for? Well, you can almost rest them as long as you cook them. That's a pretty good rule of thumb, actually. So I'll cut these in half because I've got the boar ham on the outside. We'll just put these down the middle. You see how nice and even rosé pink that is? Now this is the leg fillet, exactly the same meat as I cooked for you, as I cut up in the demonstration. It was the sister leg for this one. This is the right leg, the other one was the left leg. Oh, I can tell. So you get a little of that wild boar ham flavour. And I like the prosciutto ham or the very thinly cut sliced hams better than using, say, pancetta or bacon, because it's just too much bacon. It tends to overpower the meat, but these are really thin. And the other beautiful thing about them is that you don't have to tie the ham on. It's so thin, it sucks the moisture out of the meat and it holds onto the meat and doesn't need tying at all. It just stays there. There we are, folks. Come and enjoy that, if you will.